Hey folks, welcome back to Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we're going to go visit our friends at Toppling Goliath Brewing Company. We're going to try their Pseudo out of Decorah, Iowa. Stick around.
Pseudo, you fake that blue and slip on through. Pseudo, you say you care.
Hey everybody, welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional and somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. There's Jay, there's Andy in the attic. I am Ben. What are we drinking?
Pseudo.
Studio.
Toppling Goliath. We've had some before.
Eating the imposter? Is that what's going
on? I don't know. It's exciting.
So yeah, you referenced it. We had the King Sue previously.
Yeah.
Which is
and we've
had a very popular beer.
Yeah.
Did that one get a certain wall?
We did.
Yeah.
But a lot to live up here, Pseudo.
Yeah. There are a lot in this series, aren't there? If I'm not mistaken. We have others coming in the future, but
we got another one coming up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I know I've had several.
We have more than one?
I think just one that we have, but
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Pseudo Sue is a pale ale, whereas King Sue was an IPA. This is one of their flagships. It's 5.8%, 45 IBUs. Showcases the Citra hop. So it's one of those single hop brews. It's grapefruit, citrus, and mango hop aromas with hints of passion fruit. Ben's going to do the old single nair intake.
Let's get the flow going, flow.
Yeah, in and out like a circuit. That's about it for the beer. Toppling Goliath Brewing Company out of Decorah, Iowa. I do want to thank our Discordians for I can't remember if it was on the comments of King Sue on YouTube or on our Discord channel, who set us straight because we could not know at the time that we did the show if it was pronounced Decorah, or something else. And somebody said it is pronounced like Deborah. So Decorah, Iowa. Brewery was founded in 2009 by Clark and Barbara Louie after Clark's home brewing hobby took off. Another home brewer, and just the name is from the idea of helping small startups overcome giant business obstacles. The name actually came from his earlier consulting work. He kept the same name because it fit the challenge of competing in a consolidated beer market. So, Toppling Goliath. That's pretty cool. I like that. They distribute to 30 states, and they are and they were ranked the #1 brewery of 2021 at the U.S. Beer Open Championships. Kudos. And I mean, the best thing is that they already got a Wall of Fame beer.
I think this was an award winner too, if I'm not mistaken, the Pseudo.
I would never mistake you.
What? Oh, you would never mistake me? It's the number 3 Pale Ale on Untapped 2026.
Those awards.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. There's a lot of pale ales out there.
Yep. So,
All right. Who has had this one before? Anybody other than me? Well, looks like Andy.
Oh, looks
You
like
get to
that
go
camera's
first.
following you around, Van.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop that.
Well, I like this. It is easy drinking because I was taking some really good gulps, and I was like, "Wow, slow down there." It's pretty much true to the description. Those flavors are coming through. I really like this, and again, we don't drink enough pale ales. There's not as many offered that we can find that we do because I think the market's so saturated with IPAs. I wouldn't say saturated, but that is a very popular one. So you get that higher. I think in the States we prefer the higher IBUs, so they're pumping out more IPAs, and but you get more complex flavors too. With the pales are more balanced compared to an IPA for the malt and the hop bitterness, but it's good. I believe the King Sue is just a touch better, but this one's great. I give it an 8.0. I would definitely have it again. If I saw it, I'd buy it.
Jay, what do you think?
yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Andy. I think this is a great beer. And I can see why it's a flagship for them and why they've won awards. So I assume that this would be one of their year rounds, or if not, like you said, the flagship. I'm not sure how they define flagship, but um, I really, it intrigues me when we get a lot of these single hop beers just to distinguish the differences between them. We've had a lot of experiences with those over the last few years, and they do a really good job with this one. I'm like you; you kind of got to slow down because it drinks easy and it's a good beer. So I'm on the same page with you. It's not quite as high as the King Sue, but it's right there under it. It's an 8.0. Good, solid beer.
So when I bought this and brought it back, I bought a 6-pack because that was my option. And after we had the King Sue, I mean the can art is so hard. You can't miss this, especially when you've had King Sue, and as we alluded to, it was a Wall of Fame beer for us. So you see that again, and it's like I got to buy it. And we've got the Cyber Sue coming up as well, which is again same kind of can art, just kind of different coloring. So another one in the series. So that was an easy purchase for me for both of these beers. The great thing is, again, I really only had the option to buy it in a 6-pack, so I've had the others of this one, and so I think that to Jay's point, it's a pale ale, and Jay's pale ales. You've been vocal that pale ale is not always your favorite style.
No, the pale ale I'm good with. You get into some of the other pilsners and things
I'm
like
Pilsner.
that.
It
Yeah.
starts with
It's
a P.
Pilsner, I
Dang.
think that's what he said. Yeah,
Okay, well, I'm gonna edit that part out and just back it up.
Pilsner.
So here we go.
It's all right.
So as Jay said, this is a really good bit. No,
700 episodes and you still don't know us.
I mean, look, Steve and Mark, I think
Yeah.
this has been great having beers with you guys.
Enjoyed it, Dan.
But no, I think this is for a pale ale. I think it's a really good offering, really good. I think back to the pale ales that we've had on the show. I think this is definitely going to be up there in our list, or at least for me. It definitely is not to the King Sue level. That for an IPA, me not being the IPA guy, that beer was phenomenal. This beer though is one that I definitely would get again if I saw it. And 8.0 is my score as well on this one. I think it's good. It's tasty. I would buy it again. And wish, it's one of those beers I wish we could get more often in our area. And unfortunately we can't. So That will be an 8.0 for the Pseudo from Toppling Goliath. Definitely, so far, we're out of 2 beers that we've had from Toppling Goliath here on the show. We've had 2 really good ones. So definitely check out that brewery. And as it was mentioned that, they were the best brewery in the U.S. in 2021. I think you mentioned, Andy.
I mentioned that.
Yeah. So definitely, if you see some Toppling Goliath and you've had it, let us know in the comments or come hop on into our Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. It is a chat room where we talk about beer and other things. So come join us there. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, cheers that notification bell, and then we've got other links for Hopped Up Beer Review Patreon and Hopped Up Beer Review merch down below. Check out those if you are interested. With that, we will be back soon to review another beer because we've got a whole bunch in inventory, so we've got nothing else to do. For Andy and the Attic and Jay, I'm Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Mark and Steve.
Thanks, Chris.
Yes.
Pseudo soup, you fake that booze.